Hey guys, actually back. I'm actually gonna tell you guys about after I gave birth to my daughter, um, that I did get into I did have complications. It was after I gave birth to her, so don't worry. She was healthy when she came out. I did all the pushing. I was on epidural, so I'm not sure if what happened to me was caused by the epidural from me not knowing how much I was pushing, or from the doctors telling me to move to one side and then move to the other side while I was being told not to push, to push. Um, anyways, yeah, so after a few hours after into giving birth, once I went to the maternity room, I was experiencing some pain. I realized I couldn't use the bathroom as far as urinate or poop. Once I realized that I couldn't do that and I was having pain, I told the doctors immediately. The pain started to feel like contraction pain. Excuse me. So my mom was with me, and so was my boyfriend. Once that happened, they took me down into getting a CAT scan. I'm not sure if I got a CAT scan and an X-ray, but I know I got a CT scan, and I know that I was in so much pain that I literally thought that I was gonna die, that I wasn't gonna make it. I thought the pain was never gonna leave. They did give me drugs, well, medication, drugs. They did give me that, and I believe I was on oxycodone for the pain. I know I was completely, fully knocked out. I did have moments that I did remember of going downstairs to get a CT scan, and all I know is I was like dozing off. Like, I was literally like this, like, and to be honest, all I can see were hospital lights. Like, you know, them things are super bright, LED bright lights. And at that moment, like, I thought I was gonna die. But once I got into the CAT scan, they realized that I was having internal bleeding, and it was coming from my arteries. However, they didn't know if it was my heart artery or my bottom half. They did end up finding out that it was my bottom half. Thank God it wasn't my heart artery, because I would have crashed. That's what they told me. I would have crashed, as far as I would have pretty much died. They did end up calling my family when they told my mom that I had internal bleeding from the artery. They did call my family and let them know that I did have the internal bleeding, and they didn't know where it was coming from. So, you know, everyone was pretty much prepared. I, on the other hand, didn't really know what was going on. I did, but I didn't, because I was in and out of sleep. I was very, very swollen. If I knew how to post what I look like on here, the picture, I would do it. I don't want to show you guys pictures of what it looked like, like what my vagina looked like from what I had. I don't know what caused it. It might have been me pushing so hard, because I pushed my daughter out within less than 15 minutes. She was healthy though, but I'm sure it maybe came from that. When the doctor spoke to me, he did say that the bleeding is from the bottom, and what I have is something called a hematoma. A hematoma is a blood clot. It's something that you get somewhere else in your body, like your brain. It's common in the brain, but it's rarely common in having it where I had it, which was right here on the side of my stomach, right here. It was the size of my head, so it did cover from that side to right here and my rectum, so it was pretty much in between my rectum and my vagina area. I did have very, 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 very bad swelling in the vagina. Well, out the vagina externally. My labia was swollen. It looked like I had ball sack from men. The only thing is their ball sack is wrinkled and soft. Mine was swollen, hard, like that size, like big. And it was my labia and my vagina outside lips. It looked terrible. My rectum was swollen, like my right butt cheek in the inner part was black, like it was so dark because of the hematoma. It was really, really bad. I couldn't like use the bathroom. I couldn't pee, I couldn't poop. I was in a lot of pain, but I'm happy that the doctors were able to stop the internal bleeding. They did rush me after finding out from the CAT scan that I was internally bleeding from the bottom half of my body. They did take me and immediately rush me into having surgery. And sorry, a car almost hit that car. But yeah, they rushed me into getting surgery. I got that done. I was in the hospital for 3 to 4 days. Sorry, I ended up being okay, thank God. I did need a nurse for home, but I had my mom. I had support from my mom, so she took care of me, and it took me literally 3 weeks to get better. It's now a month that I've been okay. I still have the swelling. I did follow up with my OBGYN doctor, and he told me I still have the hematoma. It's not gonna go away right now. It is gonna take time. So yes, I can't be intimate, and I can't stick tampons in my vagina. I can't stick anything in my butt or whatever. I can't do any of that until it's fully gone. I'm not being treated for it. It's something that just pretty much has to go away on its own. But if I was ever to get pain, I would have to go back to the emergency room. I'm just glad that it's the pain is gone. Like, I'm able to drive. I do drive with my foot under my left foot under my butt, only because I can't fully sit down on my butt. I couldn't breastfeed, so I'm not breastfeeding, only because the 3 weeks that I was really, really sick for, I couldn't function. I couldn't fully give my full attention to my daughter because of the pain that I was in. I couldn't sit down, so I couldn't do anything. But I'm able to do now. I'm able to walk. I couldn't walk before. I couldn't do anything but lay down. I had to lay down, sleep, and stay on medication. I was on 6 medications, antibiotics, and of course one of the strongest, Percocets. I didn't fully take the whole Percocet medication because people kept telling me it was addicting, so I was scared that I would get addicted to it, even though I'm not a person to get addicted to medication or anything. So yeah, I'm okay. If you guys ever had questions on what I went through, please don't be afraid. Comment below. I will hope not to go through this again for my second childbirth. It's something very scary, but yeah, if you guys have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer and do another video. Like I said, I'm really new into the videoing. I am still nervous. most of the time don't really know what to say, but I'm just trying to speak from my mind of what happened to me and being fully honest. With having a baby, you just have to make sure that you have a full support system. Most of the time people don't, and I give it up to those women, but you need support. Either your boyfriend, your husband, just anybody. But thank you for listening, thank you for watching.